Hello, welcome to another Real Raw Moment. And this one, it's a doozy. You might want to buckle up, Buttercup, because I think some people are going to have an opinion. So, remember I did a video, let's say 4 weeks or 6 weeks ago, about sending a card to my son because he's going to grade 12. I have not seen him for 2.5 years. I wanted to acknowledge that. And I expressed, about, the importance of trying to stay connected to your alienated child. There are some beautiful messages back of people that did the same thing. Amazing, love it, fabulous. So it is now October the 15th, and today I sent a card to my son, marking Halloween, just to say something silly. And as usual, I'm thinking of you. I hope you're staying safe, etc., etc. What I also did though today, I sent a card to my ex's girlfriend. What? Right? Okay. Everybody's just like, Natalie, you lost it. Hear me out. So I've alluded to my daughter having some very serious mental health struggles. And recently, in the past couple weeks, I contacted my ex's side of the family, including my ex, explaining the severity of the situation. And it is severe. I'm not going to go into it here. That's all I'm going to say. His girlfriend was the only person that texted me or said anything or reached out to me and say, oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm going to be in town. Can I see her? Now, my daughter doesn't want to see her dad or this ex or really anybody else but her grandfather from the side of the family. And that's why I'm trying to reach out and say, this is a reason she's not with you. It's not because I'm keeping her from you. It's because she can't leave the house. Again, another topic for another day. And over the past year, this person has been the only one to reach out to my daughter, not to myself, but to my daughter, to see how she's doing. So there is one point. Second point is she's helping raise my son. And I finally got a picture of him last week after 2.5 years. He's happy. By all accounts, he's happy. He's thriving. He's doing well. I don't hear much, but I hear enough to think that, well, he's not in jail. He's not doing drugs. He's doing pretty well in grade 12. And so I sat back and took a moment and thought about if I were that woman taking care of that son, what would I want from the other party? Well, she already has her own opinion of me because the story that's been told about me is not the true story. And I recognize that. But I choose to operate at a different level. I choose to express gratitude where it is warranted. And in this case, it's warranted. I know for a fact that my son spends more time at her house than he does at dad's. Now, they're only 3 doors apart. Comments below for that one. I'm kidding. Sort of. Once in a while, I get a little salty about this. I'm not always reasonable. When I got this photo of my son, I decided to sit with it and be grateful that he is doing okay. And here's the thing. We can't assume our alienated children are doing all bad. I think we want to think that. And of course, they're in alienation, but they don't know. They're too young to have made any reasonable assumption or opinion or mature opinion about this. They're still being, lack of a better term, manipulated. And most of the time, there's nothing that we can do about that. But what can we do? Oh, we'll hear that in the video. We can express gratitude for the person that's taking care of them. Right? I know this is intense and crazy. And at the same time, through my years of therapy and the self-work that I've done, I know it's absolutely the right thing to do. And the thing is, I mean it from my heart. I'm not writing it to make her feel guilty. I'm not writing it to make a point. I wrote it to sincerely express my gratitude that I know my son is safe. and thriving, and that she actually reached out to care about my daughter who is so struggling. So, I would love to know your comments below. I would love to know your thoughts, your feelings. Yes, no, and if you have questions for me as to why I did this, and like more questions, let me know.